Welcome. It feels refreshing to be recording again. The amount of times I've been adjusting my camera, I'm using a new phone, so I hope that it can pick up this audio and you can clearly see me. I am under the weather, like a cold, so I have my tea, I have my notes. I will be sharing and speaking about the topic regarding co-creating your reality. I myself am in the process of creating my reality, my dream reality. We hear this a lot, people people talking about it online. And it's a beautiful process of coming home again to this, to the one that's always have had dreams and visions of how you want to move in this world and who you want to be and what you want to do and what you want to share and what you want to create. I've been absent, like I've said, and I am ready to share a little bit of how I've been doing. There's been challenges in my life, and I'm here to integrate myself back onto YouTube to encourage you, the viewer, to question your reality, to question, is this the reality that you want to live in, to be in currently? And if not, what areas of your life currently that you want to adjust so that you can align yourself with your reality. It requires so much from us, so much letting go and so much release. It's not something that can just occur. There is a death cycle that is needed, that is required to step into the known, to step into the unknown, to step into something that's new. And that alone can garner a lot of fear within us. I will tell you a little bit of my backstory. I moved away from where I grew up, where I was raised when I was 20. I'm in my mid-20s now, just started in my mid-20s, and I recently just been so lucky to get to know people. I've been feeling so blessed to be invited to places, and this is new to me. I've been quite sheltered all throughout my life. I didn't ever really go out at all, and there was never autonomy that was granted to me. So, I have Sagittarius fire energy within me, so deep. I always had a desire to explore the world. I've always knew I wanted to be free in making choices that speaks to me and that is right for me. So I moved out. I wanted to move out sooner, but there was a lot of obstacles and blockages within my path. And if it weren't for those blockages, I would have ended up at a city that was not right for me. Unbeknownst to me at the time, I thought I was getting punished, and I thought that by the universe, I thought that the universe was out to get me, that's why a lot of us think, it's like, why is this happening to me? And they say, like, we just don't know. You hear a lot of people just say that we just don't know why certain things are happening to us. I was rejected from jobs I was applying to at the time, and I was going at this. I was trying to aim for this goal of moving out for quite some time, for about 2 years. Not right away, and then leaving high school, like I wanted to leave, in any means necessary, and it took 2 years, about almost 2 years actually. No, yeah, 2 years, because I was doing community college, and so the time that I needed to be in my household at the time, at my parents' house, it was required for me, and it was required in some moments, in some seasons, because I was doing community college classes. So after those college classes, I just wanted to leave anyway, and I did that, and it took a while, and it wasn't until I switched places, it wasn't until I decided to leave and actually leave the state. I wasn't intending to leave, and there was Chicago. I was intending to move, but it didn't happen. I actually moved somewhere else. And when I decided to move to another city, the process of it happened so much easier, so much smoother. There was still blockages and challenges even when I moved here. I had a lot of blockages, of course, because I left without much security at all. Financial security. There was no family where I was moving to. But the process of it was much smoother, and I had these ideas of how I was going to move that came to me. I didn't have these ideas. My transition to move, once I altered my destination, ideas came to me of how I can make this process smoother, and those ideas that came to me didn't arise when I was originally going to move to Chicago. So not only was the process smoother, but I also was getting these ideas that I didn't get the first time I tried to move. So it was as if Source was showing me a way that I can move. And at this point, the last few years, I didn't make much progress. I didn't make much progress. I was still acting in a lot of habits, acting out of habits that didn't serve me, were not healthy. And it wasn't until last year that I committed, or actually as of late, as of the last month or so, I've been committing to showing up and taking care of myself, and not abandoning myself when I feel negative emotions. Loving thyself requires us to love when we're at our low and when we're at our high. We're not meant to abandon ourselves, and we're not meant to only show up when we feel good about ourselves and good and positive about the world, and there's no true, pure, unconditional love for the self. As I came to this conclusion last year, and it became more clear as of late, that I felt more ready to not leave myself behind. And that included showing up to the world as I am, not isolating myself just because I was not feeling the best, just because I was not up here. I was subconsciously telling myself that I was unworthy to be seen by other people if I don't have the right outfit, if my hair is not twisted, if my financial bank account is 0. as I was confronting this belief I was placing on myself, this limited belief, I had a choice to not listen to that anymore. Does it still come up? Less than it was before. I can now tell myself that I can go out, I can show myself to the world. And if I hadn't, then I would not have met people that I've been meeting the last couple of months. I've been meeting people that I resonate with, right? And if we continue onto our lives waiting for us to be a certain version of ourselves, waiting for the right moment to film, right? Where is the true pure love for the self? And when I've talked about this before is filming and not wanting to film if I wasn't ready. But lately, life has felt like a dream. Life feels like a movie because I am saying yes to myself, and I'm being in certain spaces that I would daydream about as a child. I would tell myself as a child, I was like, I can't wait to go out in the city one day, in a city one day. I can't wait to have friends come over. Some of these manifestations some of these dreams haven't manifested, but I know it's possible if I just keep saying yes. If I just keep saying yes. So let me look at these notes. Let me look at these notes I took, right? And that inspired me to share this. I might have to sneeze. I have also tea, because taking care of ourselves is a life commitment. Life commitment, right? It never stops. And when I moved to a new state, I was always like, oh, I wish it happened sooner. I wish it happened sooner. That took a while for me to see how it happened when it was at a time where it needed to happen. If I had moved earlier, I would have been in Chicago where I actually didn't want to be in. I didn't know at the time it wasn't right for me, but now I'm like, yeah, it's not where I want to be. It's not where I want to be. And if that happened, I would have been somewhere I was not supposed to be in. Could be why it could be why the delays occurred. It's hard for us to see that. It's hard to see the possibility. I was reflecting on this couple of days ago. We have these imaginations in our mind of how we want our life to look like, but when it's not physically present in our physical reality, it's much easier to not take steps to align with that reality. Our mind is creating an imagination of how we want our life to look like. But it's not until we can be in that reality, in that physical reality, that's when our body can truly feel how it would feel like. If you know Joe Dispenza, he talks about how stillness can help us feel how it would feel if we were already in that reality. And we can practice that stillness, but of course it's going to be challenging to really see how our life could look differently when our current reality is all we've known. So I might have to sneeze. Oh gosh. Oh. Might fuck that up. But if your current reality is not looking like the way you want it to be, see if there's small adjustments that you can control. Is there any habits that don't serve you that you could tweak a little bit? If you want to eat healthy, maybe you can eat healthy once a week, one meal, one healthy meal a day. That way, or really anything. That way, maybe this could push you into taking more and more steps. I was encouraged by a few friends of what I could be capable of doing, and that really inspired me. All my life, I didn't have this positive reinforcement or encouragement. So it's been a journey. It's been a journey to believe in myself. But as I'm taking steps and allowing myself to create my own reality, it feels more possible. My capability of creating my reality feels more possible. It's so helpful having other people tell you that. It's so helpful having, and I didn't know that at the time because I didn't really have friends at all. You know, just like one friend growing up, but it wasn't. I didn't have an outlet that gave me that reassurance, that gave me confidence or gave me encouraging words. It's so helpful having that, or maybe family, and if not, then it can take some time to actually believe that yourself. But if you're watching this currently, then you have some form of desire to create your reality. The universe doesn't respond to what we want and our desires. It responds to who we are, how we're vibrating, our energy. And it sometimes feels, lately it's just felt like my world is changing because my reality is changing. Who I'm speaking to is changing. How I'm operating is changing. So the dream comes from my imagination coming to life. And it's like, it's rewarding to know that you're doing it. You're taking the steps. You just have to take. You just have to get. You just have to. You just have to get halfway. God, Source will take the other half.